We're live. Ooh, live. Hey,
And hi everyone.
ooh,
Today we
hi
have a
everyone.
special guest from Vancouver, Canada. His name is Aaron J. Hi Aaron J.
Anyways, I guess we'll try our best, right,
All right, all
Daniel?
right. So let us start. Maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us more about your YouTube channel. What is it about?
So that's a huge loaded question, and I've been trying to answer that for like 20 years. It's been 20 years.
So long.
Uh, how do I even encapsulate it? It's called Let's Jaywalk, first of all, okay? And it means a lot because my last name is Jay. So there's kind of a special connection to it. And what it really means, it's kind of like my life, and what I've always wanted to do is just express, authentically who I am, and I want to help people. I'm creative, so I want to create things. I'm still finding the artist in me. I've just recently found out my branding and my strength at exploring, so I will be exploring that more this year. But overall, just it's about creativity, exploration, and helping people. I'm really a big advocate also on mental health. That kind of what I just explained, all of that, I need to try to like develop it. A lot has just been in my head, and you know how it is. It's in your head. Which one should I, move forward with? So I should have been doing this when we were doing the cohort, right?
Yes.
That was my second cohort already.
And you were mentioning creativity, you're interested in exploration. What sort of, can you elaborate more on which area of that?
Want to explore the artist in me. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit about my background. Okay. We will roll with this, guys. Sometimes it seems like I'm like, what has this confused look on my face? Because I'm actually confused, guys. Because storytelling, in my editing, I guess photography also encapsulates into the creativity that I talk about. So I'm getting back into photography, more of a focus. So I'd like to explore that area as well, and then get back up and to do it again, being vulnerable.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Oh, this is much better.
Is it better?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Sorry. So that was completely my fault. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now we have it back online. Great. I don't even.
Okay, maybe
Yeah,
maybe
go
we
ahead.
can start all over again. I think it's the sound is much better than just now.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. I can edit. I can remove the front part.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
We should, you know what? We should use all the like little bits of the beginning because you know why? It's so authentic. just just cut some of the robotic stuff and then say like, but like live stream and like I don't know, just that's what makes it so like we're human again. Do you know what I mean? Instead of perfection. But you do
Okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah, I'm okay to do whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this stuff is like you bring genuinely kind of smiles to your face, even though some parts are awkward or whatever. I kind
I
of
think
broke
it's
the
more
ice
genuine.
a little bit, right? Oh, I was right in the middle of something very beautiful, and then it went.
Like
Right?
zzz.
I think I was talking about vulnerability, and
Yeah,
like
right.
I was really quiet. I was like, and then all of a sudden, anyways, okay, going back to what I was saying. Vulnerability. Oh yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard for us to be vulnerable. Like I think the first stage is be vulnerable with yourself, be honest with yourself. And second, like the whole second stage is putting yourself in front of like people, like your family and friends, and not only just who you are to how they perceive you, but you're trying to venture into like a different version of you, like the 2.0 version that you feel inside. And you want to tell your family friends that, oh, I want to be this person. and it's kind of scary because you live your whole life kind of well, at least for me, my experience is like you are sometimes just kind of depending on who, but sometimes you're just kind of like a shell of who you are to accommodate your family and friends, so then we're all in harmony. And then I know there's a give and take, but sometimes it's like you want to express something like deeply from who you really are, but you can't for whatever reason, like maybe their sensitivities, or so it's really hard to be vulnerable, right, outside. So that's why the YouTube PTY is so beautiful, because we're all like together saying like, hey, let's walk out together and be striving for that 2.0 version that we all feel we have deep down inside, right? So then it's kind of like, oh, maybe we need to make some new friends, right?
Yes,
that would
that's
embrace
true.
that would embrace the new version that we all strive to be, right? But Daniel, you know what? Usually I don't talk that much. I love to listen. So I'd love, to ask you questions too, and see
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if
sure.
your story as well. Do you
Yeah,
think we can a little switch right now? And get to
yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
yeah, you and your channel.
Yeah.
All right, great. So tell me a little bit about you, who you are, and your channel.
Okay, I'm a vet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I have this YouTube channel. It's about traveling and food, mainly on food and traveling in Indonesia because I'm based in Indonesia. Actually, I'm from Malaysia, but I'm living in Indonesia for like about 8 years now.
All right,
So I'm making use of what I'm being based in Indonesia and then introducing Indonesia. People know that Indonesia is equals to Bali. Everyone wants to go to Bali and they do not know besides Bali.
okay,
So I want to introduce people that it's not just Bali.
right.
Indonesia, there's a lot of places that you can actually visit.
It's
It's
just
a
not Bali,
very
guys. Come on.
yes, it's actually it's underrated. So I want to introduce to the world that this is Indonesia, guys.
Oh, okay, okay. And
Yeah.
I think I recall you saying you wanted to dive into like food and introducing
Yeah,
food.
yeah, food. Because my job requires me to travel quite a lot,
Okay.
so I'm making use of it, like yeah,
So
to do videos on places and interesting places and food.
so you travel as a traveling vet?
Yeah, meeting
Oh,
customers. Yeah,
oh wow, I've never heard of that, because only just from my experience, like vets, it's like a hospital, like a doctor. You go to the vet, and you're like the resident vet doctor there. You're a traveling veterinarian.
yeah, and in veterinary we have those are clinics, so those are small companion animals. So I'm involving in the poultry industry. So I
What
go to farms,
what
poultry industry,
what is that?
chicken farms,
Oh,
poultry.
poultry. Oh,
Yes,
okay. So what type of, so is it just chickens that you help out?
chickens, ducks, quails.
Oh my god, that's so interesting. Got into it, or do you not want to talk about your veterinarian? We can go a little bit into it.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. You can ask
How-
me anything.
that is so unique. Do you know how unique that is? You're like a duck chicken expert. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
awesome. So how did you get into that? That must be a crazy story. Like,
Okay, we study for 5 years in veterinary medicine, and then end of veterinary medicine, we get to choose our path, like
right?
small animals, poultry, wildlife.
Yeah,
So you can work in zoos and forests.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of like, or you can become lecturers in university.
Okay.
So we have a lot of choices, or you can go to pharmaceuticals.
Wherein, okay, because it's so specific with ducks and chickens, was there a time when, when you were a little kid, that very moment where you're like, I want to be a vet, or I love chickens and ducks? Trying to find that that first catalyst to propel you to your career right now. Like that's what I'm curious about. Can you remember at all?
Okay, as a child, I grew up loving animals. I have dogs at home. Like
Okay.
I used to rear dogs. Yeah, yeah. So from small, I was like exposed to small animals. So I wanted to be a vet. So I took up veterinary medicine. But as time goes along, I see not only small animals. I can see there's a lot of things that you can actually venture into. So I end up being into the poultry industry. I graduated from Malaysia
Okay. And how long was school? A long time, right? A lot of dedication.
since 2001.
Oh, whoa! I can.
I graduated. Yeah.
I'm not a school person. That takes a lot of just wow investment and wow, that's amazing. I could never do what you do. That's great. That's amazing, man. So you do a lot of traveling then. So is it
Yeah.
how far is the traveling like going?
Around Indonesia. So it's like from I'm not sure whether you know the location of the okay. In Indonesia we have lots of islands. So
Oh,
the main island is Java Island. So where's
ja-
the capital? Java. So the
okay.
main capital Jakarta is in Java Island. So there's a lot of other islands as well, the Borneo, Sumatra, Sulawesi. So these are the main islands. So the distance is about maybe 2 hours flight from
Oh,
Jakarta.
oh, okay. All right. I'm glad to have met you. You're old duck and poultry vet who wants to talk about food and to introduce people to your country. That's so cool. So, what type of food have you done your first food blog yet? Is that what you want to do? Right?
I
Am I
started with blogging and then I ended with vlogging in YouTube.
okay? So, have you done your food blogs yet? Sorry, I don't mean to think about.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I have my website as well.
Oh, okay. So, how was the very first time that you did it? How did you feel?
It started off when during COVID, like everyone is at home, and I started to write articles and I set up my website, and I was in this community,
Yeah.
blogging community, and then we are supposed to like spend like some time in everyone's website, because if you spend less than 3 minutes in a site, it's called bounce rate. I'm not sure whether you know or not. It's bounce rate.
It's
It's
called what?
bounce rate. So when you go to the website and you just scroll and click and click and click, you don't spend time in the website, it's considered bounce rate, which is not good.
Not good. Okay.
Yeah. So I somehow violate that rules, and I was blocked for a month. That I can't comment, but I can see their comments. You know that kind of feeling. So it's like, oh my god, for 1 month I'm blocked for not uh being an active member. So instead of that, like, okay, I'll try to vlog instead. Yeah. So it's like
Oh.
exposing my vulnerability. Yeah. Like talking to the camera is like, it's like I feel very weird, but I have to do it. I push myself to do it. Eventually I'm enjoying it. Like I am. Yeah. So I have like 100 over long form videos and 1,000 over shorts. So
Oh. It's
yeah.
it's on your YouTube because I think I only saw the some of the interviews that you sent. Is it on your YouTube?
Yeah, it was on my YouTube. Yes.
Okay, I'll definitely go and check those out a little bit more. Like the
Yeah.
way to approach this interview. What do you know? You know who Larry King is, right? L-
Larry King, the singer.
No, so Larry King is like this really well-known interviewer in America. He's like this really
Mm-hmm.
think of old man now. I'm not sure he's passed away yet, but his process is in interviews is kind of like knowing just a little bit about the person and
Mm-hmm.
the like kind of stupid questions as if it was the first person that he talks to. So then that way you're kind of more like childlike. It's more like just natural instead of having all this information about that person. So sorry I didn't watch any of your food blogs, but I definitely will back some of them. Oh, you did like a 100 already? Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's like a compound effect, like once a week, one video a week, like it's more than like 2 years.
If you were to tell me to go and watch only one of them, like your best one, which one do you think it is and why?
Okay, you can go to my most popular video, the
I'm
one,
down a bit later.
yeah, the one on pork.
Pork. Hey,
Yeah, grill pork.
can we do shared screen?
No, I can't.
No.
I can't. We can't do that on live.
Oh, okay. That would have been cool. So yeah, send me the link.
Okay. Can you see the chat box? Okay, I've sent the link. Can you see the link?
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's the link. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll click on that afterwards because if I click on that, then I'll be ignoring you.
Yeah.
Bored. so so with this this link, actually, do you think you can send it to me on WhatsApp so then I could click on it and then maybe I can even see it a bit and ask questions about it because I'm really
Okay, hold on. Wait.
uh, other
Okay,
people's.
sent.
So from this blog, oh, grilled pork, I love it. What do you think? Like, why are you so proud of this one? Give me 3 things that went well and maybe like 3 challenges. Is this too hard?
Okay, first of all, I like to eat pork. Okay,
Got it.
and that's my passion. Like, wow, I love pork. So I want to share my feeling to the audience. Like, you have we have this amazing grilled pork in Indonesia, and I want to introduce, like, I want to differentiate between Caro and Toba's grilled pork, the way they cook it. So both of them are so delicious, and the sauce, and the name of the sauce is called Anda Lima. It actually like make your tongue like so
Tingle?
tenderized, like so spicy, like like it's different kind of spiciness, different from wasabi. Wasabi is different. It's different.
Okay.
It's like
So hey, so I'm not a really spicy guy, right? Are you a spice expert? Would you say?
yes, I love spicy food.
Right. Is spice a big thing in Malaysia? It's a lot of stuff spicy, right?
Yeah, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, sambal. We call sambal. It's a chili paste.
How do you pronounce it?
Sambal. Sambal.
Sambal.
Okay, 3 things, like, okay, that's one. And number two is I have gained a lot of views from this video. It's
Okay.
like basically every week I have like 100 views, like 100 views, 100 views, like keep on, it's like keep on increasing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is like although it's not viral, so viral, but to me it's like something that it's keep on growing and growing. It's not stagnant there. It's like, oh, this is like, I think the audience wants to see, wants to watch this, like.
Yeah. And can I ask you a follow up question? Like, why do you think
Mhm.
that is? I guess it connects with these first 3 things you're proud of. Why do you think that people are coming back to watch this?
I think that Indonesian, they like video which is like very intriguing, very like very wow, very like attract their attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can see
and,
that.
and i and
Yeah.
I believe that Indonesia have one of the highest audience in the world for YouTube channel, like the third in the world after US and India.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
the market base is very, very huge.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And the third thing is thumbnail that I did it myself, the thumbnail. In fact, the editing also I did it all by myself. So
Okay, so you're really proud about that.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. How,
Yeah.
you liking the thumbnail group? Have you
Yeah,
participated?
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Are they gonna do another session soon?
Yes, but it's just that it's on weekdays and it's like my time is like 1 a.m.
Oh yeah,
midnight. So it's like I
yeah,
can't because I have to work the next day. I have to wake up like 5 a.m. So it's like I
yeah.
can't I can't
What
commit. I can't commit.
what time is it right now? It's like 11 over there right now, right?
10:34 p.m.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. You're a hard worker for the chickens and ducks. Um, the challenges that you have for this video, what do you think they were?
For this particular video,
Yeah. What were the three challenges you met, you faced while filming this?
the first one is like finding that place because in
Oh,
Indonesia, searching for that place is kind of hard and the road is a bit not as good as like in Canada or in US. So it's very isolated. So to explore a place is kind of challenge. It's
oh,
quite far away from the city.
right. So it's not like you could, press the Google map and then it's like on the Google map, right?
You still can
Oh,
find the Google map, but
oh, okay.
to go to that place is kind of difficult, like the transport.
Yeah, I have no idea like the terrain over there at all. Do you want to describe it to me a little bit? I, like I just have no idea.
Tar road, but it's like it's a bit ruined. Like you have holes, potholes, and getting a public transport to go over there is kind of hard.
So did you hear by ear that this place was really amazing and that's why you had to make the trek to find it?
I got recommendation from my staff, so it's like why not? I want to try. Like
Yeah,
anything to do with pork, yeah, I want to try.
yeah. So fine, that was the very first challenge. Or aren't you glad that you found it?
Yes, and for food,
Yeah.
it's like there's a particular place that is famous for that kind of food, and after when you go there and you taste it, it's like a satisfaction for you. It's like I've achieved my goal. Like yeah, that's my target.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, that must have been awesome. And then,
Yeah,
oh, the pork. You just saying the grilled pork, right? Whew.
yeah. So it's like a food hunting activity.
Oh, yeah. Anything with exploration and something trying to find treasure. Oh, that's the most satisfying thing.
Yeah, and like a hard work. Like after you have worked like so long hours, like you need food. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like a hunter.
Yeah.
Do ducks eat pork? Like that's maybe the stupidest question.
No.
I
We
know.
have feed. We have pellets, special pelleted feed for the
Probably
ducks and chickens.
dumb questions, but just like I associate it like when we have pets, dogs, we gotta feed them different types of things. So then I'm like, oh, you're like, your ducks are pets. So I just made that connection together.
You know, I have a friend that have ducks at home. Like
Oh,
she actually rear them like treat the duck as a pet at home in an
right.
apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Friends?
Hmm.
Friends? You know Friends, right?
Yeah, you mean the movie?
The television show.
Yeah, yes.
So do you know about the story of Joey and Chandler with the pet ducks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That reminds me of that. Having pet, awesome, man. Yeah,
Do you have pet? Do you
go ahead.
have pets?
No, you know what's funny? My mom told me when we were young kids that she was allergic to dogs.
Uh
And,
huh.
and then later on, we found out we're not. She like totally lied. She was, just didn't, I guess she just doesn't like dogs or pets. Didn't want to take care of them. Because kids are
Mm.
like, mommy, mommy, what? And then we get it. And then ended up parents have to like take care of it. So back then, but mom, you're a liar. Mom, you're a liar. Which brings me to a funny story that I remember though, and it's about little chickies. It's so funny because I remember when we were younger. So every year, do you know what Playland is? Playland Peony. It's like this exhibit fair that
Mm-hmm.
happens every in our city. And one year, so in this fair, they have this huge farm. It has all these animals there, and then people just go through and look at all the animals, right? And then I think one year they had free little yellow chickies. And then I think when we were young, we're like, "Oh my god, they're so cute! Can we bring some home?" And for some weird reason, I don't know why. Maybe my mom was like, I don't know, having a super nice good day, or she was high or something. She let us bring it home, and like for all our lives, we knew that she like hated animals. She even lied for some odd reason. She allowed us to bring it home. This is what I remember, and me and my sisters were just flabbergasted. Like, why on earth do we even have these? So we had the chicks for maybe a week, and then I think my mom just got fed up and we had to like bring it back to another like local pet store. But it just blew my mind that we even had a chance to like play with the little chickies back when we were young, knowing that my mom like doesn't like animals. Anyways, that was like a story that was like buried down inside. Wow. Thanks for helping me remember that. That's great.
Maybe you can do a video on that as well, like a flashback your
Oh,
childhood.
oh yeah. You know what? For my channel, that's definitely one thing I'd like to keyword explore. That's my branding word. I think that helps me direct into how I want to approach things. But yeah, exploring your past and exploring your memories, and the stories that you have kind of buried inside. Not big as in like I'm awesome at it. Like I'm still learning every day. They say, or the experts say, like storytellers are the best. Oh, what are they? Oh, I always screw it up when I preface this. Like, but my general my general opinion about storytelling is it's like the best way to deliver information, right? Ali talks about that. Oh, I wanted to show you one thing. The audience, you and the audience. Oh shoot, where's my bag? Oh darn it. Anyways, recently I bought these flashcards. I forgot the name of it, but it's to help tell stories. And it's really cool because there's kind of each flashcard has kind of a concept on it, and you apply, I guess, your own life stories to it through funneling through this structure, and it's supposed to help you develop the stories. I wish I had it with me, but it's amazing. It's so awesome, and I work with kids, right? So I get to practice that a lot, tell funny stories, make entertain people, but also try to educate them. But yeah, definitely exploring stories. That's what I want to do. I've done maybe like 2 stories on my YouTube channel right now. I think consistency is the main thing that I think anyone can succeed if they're consistent. Am I right?
Yes, true, true.
Yeah. Do you have any tips on consistency? Because you've done like 100 videos. Like, how'd you do it? Did you have support as well doing that?
No, it's all by myself. I do
See,
it all by myself.
yeah, but you went through like I don't know 20 years of vet school. That's why you're very good with that. I'm so bad at
The,
that.
the, the thing is like you must know your why. Why do you want to have that YouTube channel? Why do you want to make video? You need to know you need to have your strong why.
Okay,
It's not just like, okay, I like to do video. Like,
right,
why you need a purpose.
right.
Like, not just passion, like, oh, I'm passionate to do, but you must have a purpose to do it. Why? Because my intention is to have a YouTube channel. Is, as I mentioned, like I was doing blogging, I was writing a lot
Hmm.
previously. I wanted to write a book. I'm still writing. I want to produce a book. So I'm using this YouTube channel as a platform to promote my book.
Oh, okay.
So
What?
I'm building audience now. So it's like when the time comes, like, hey, this is my book. At least I have audience. It's like, hey, this is my book. Like no one knows who are you. Like who's going to read your book?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Put my name down to grab your book when it comes out. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about the book? Like what you're thinking of writing about?
Okay, first of all, the book is about my journey, my life, and it's also about investing, passive income, how this passive income can lead to the lifestyle that you want, like traveling and enjoying food.
Oh. Do you have any chapters done already? Like how far are you into developing the book so far?
How far?
I
It's
hear
like I'm still right. I think like 100,000 words already.
Oh, okay. How many chapters is that? I don't know. Put into context for me. How many words?
Mm, as like YouTube channel, we have videos, we need editors. Book also we need editors.
Of course.
So I need to send my book to the editor to edit. So in terms of chapters, I don't have a chapter. It's like for book writing, whatever comes to your mind, you just write it out. You just pour it all out.
Right.
Don't like overthinking it. I want to do this, I want to do that. But and at the end of the day, you're writing nothing. So it doesn't serve the purpose. So whatever you just write, whether it's right or wrong, you just write.
Okay. And then after you have written, like, kind of downloaded everything from your brain, the next step is you give it to your editor. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Because when you pour it all into the in writing, all the ideas are all over the place. So you need a structural editor to actually structure your writing.
Oh, so
There's many types of editor. One of the editors are structural editors that can structure what you have written.
oh, hey,
Yeah.
oh, because you know why? I have kept a journal for like 20 years, and some has been in like written form,
Mm-hmm.
some changed to digital. So I'm like
Mm-hmm.
blogging on a site. I haven't really,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all my personal stuff. So I've developed this. Actually, I'm really consistent with this. This is one thing I'm consistent in my life, actually. This journal that I've been writing in it every day, basically every day, for the past 20 years. But my struggle is that I'm afraid to go back to it because, like you said, you just pour all your thoughts and your ideas and
Mm-hmm.
your art on it, right? And then
Mm.
you said the next step is you get an editor to, like, you know structure it so that it's
Mm. Mm.
different. That is maybe a step that I need because I have so much good stuff, but it's like so much stuff I've built over the years that I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go back to what I wrote so vulnerably, on this. So that might be a good tip for me. Huh, that's really interesting. Have you tried ChatGPT at all? I think,
In my writing.
yeah, because like in Notion, I've done this maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and I got scared again because I'm afraid of robots and like ChatGPT and how incredible it is. But there's an option where you can summarize your thoughts, your journal entries, and it kind of blew me away because it kind of repeated back in third person. Like Aaron, this author, was talking about his fears, and blah 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 da 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 da, and then they summarize it, and that kind of blew my mind. Like I tried it 3 weeks ago. It's incredible. But that's one thing that kind of helped me, as like and I don't know if they can actually edit the whole thing like a structural editor. But man, ChatGPT has been insane. Have you tried it?
To me, like Chat GPT is like more to robotic. It's without feeling. I think we still need some human touch,
Oh my god,
some
I'm so
real human editors.
oh good. I'm really glad you're on board with being human. We need more. Are you scared? I'm a little bit scared of just like, I don't know, the advances, man. I'm a visual person. Like it could take over like photography, and you should see some of the technology right now. You could basically have a picture like just me, okay? And there's AI right now that can, if I don't like that shoe right there, all you gotta do is circle it, right, and erase it, and you could type in, a pair of underwear, right, and it would miss, and there would be a pair of underwear right there, as like, and it looks real, right? And if you don't want this maybe this wall is too cluttered, blank, right? And then you want to change. Let's just say you want to be in Hawaii. Do put a window there, put like palm trees. All you do is write it, and it'll be boop, and it will look real. Daniel, aren't you
I
scared?
think
I'm so
so.
scared.
It's like AI is taking us by storm. Like whether we like it or not, we got to face it. We got to embrace it. We have to adapt. That's the thing we have to do. It's like we cannot ignore it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do
So
you?
we need to take advantage of it
Yeah,
instead.
I know. Right now, I'm just like dabbling, but I'm just just even scared to use it. But for sure, adapt. Right? Do you use it in your work at all?
In
No.
my YouTube, yes.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the titles, the description, yes. But in my job, not yet. Not
Okay.
to that extent.
Do you think it'll be beneficial at all for your job at all? Like the vet stuff? No?
Maybe some writings, some articles, yes.
Okay.
It does help.
I'm
Because
glad.
for AI, the more detail that you ask, the more detail it will reply you. So I'm not sure in terms in your field, your creativity, photography. I'm not sure how far that AI will go. I'm not sure. But digital marketing, yes.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, like people don't really need to learn about digital marketing. What they learn, it's like everything you can ask ChatGPT.
Yeah. It's there's this I saw this TikTok where there's this one guy, you know Jarvis from Marvel Iron Man?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yes.
Iron Man has that computer that talks back. So
Mm-hmm.
on this TikTok, this guy has connected ChatGPT with a camera, right? So that it could view us and then gets information that way, and then responds to us verbally as if it was like a live Jarvis in real life right now. It just like blew my mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And Aaron, just now you were mentioning like you work with kids. What sort of things that you do?
This keeps me young, being with kids. So I worked at a kind of a before and after school daycare for the past like 12 years. I worked full time before, but now I just work in the mornings and maybe just once a week, as they're like my second family basically. So before school starts, we're there and we just kind of like, take care of them and run programs. And sometimes we go to field trips after school. We've gone to, it's just a place for me to kind of weird and be childlike. And Steve Jobs,
Mm-hmm.
how he talks about being foolish. So I'm there. It's like growing up. I know it's for me. It has been hard growing up because I'm a creative, and as an adult, there's a lot of serious things that comes about. Right, adulting is really hard. I find that me having kind of a close connection to when it all started, right? I'm in a place where all these little kids, they're experiencing. Let's just say last week I helped a little kindergarten boy cut his very first waffle. Like, I'm like, "Do you know how to cut it?" Because he was like, "Cut it for me now." Or very rude boy actually, but I'm like, how do you ask? Right? You don't know how to do it. I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry. Could you help cut it?" And then begrudgingly, they're like, "I don't want to do it." But then I need to be like a very nice adult, kind of hold in the, oh, this boy's rude, hold that in, but be like, oh no, yeah, I'll help you out. Anyway, so I go and say, oh, you've never cut it. So then that that is a place where I can have my dad moment, because like I'm not married, I don't have kids, but that's where I could be like an uncle, and also to kind of teach the younger people of, like for him, for example, his very first time to hold a fork and a knife, to like put it together and to cut, and just watching them struggle, and learn at the same time, and at the end, just it's just so satisfying. It's such a it helps me a lot in life, actually, because it if I'm having a bad day, dealing with a lot of adult stuff, work, sometimes I think about like, oh, you're, that little boy that you helped out. That's his very first time ever doing that, and you taught him that. So that thing really helps me. That experience really helps fill my heart with joy, and it's really great, and it keeps me just creative as well, because kids are just like very crazy and weird, very frustrating at times, right? The love hate thing,
Yeah.
but it definitely helps fuel my creativity, so allow me to think of things in weird different ways, so I can approach it differently. So like for me, my challenge is like I'm trying to take that creativity and try to apply it now to my adult life as a creative. See, that's what's new to me. Like I know how it is to be a child, and I think I should grow up a little bit more faster. But like I feel like that is secret sauces I feel like I have that I still haven't been able to develop yet. Because there's like these amazing adult artists out there, and they had I guess the experience. I guess I haven't done it yet, but they've had a lot of the experience where you take like that childlike wonder, extrapolate it, and then have it have value in the real world as an artist. And that's something I don't know anything about. I grew up with well, like over here in Canada or America, like Asians, we're either like you, a vet, doctor, or accountant. There's no like, at least me growing up, there's not many Asian artists. So I've always felt just like weird, and I've recently found out about my like inner child trauma, where
Mm-hmm.
that was suppressed.
Mm.
Like I'm just being myself, because I guess I was a really rambunctious, annoying kid, and my mom and dad, they didn't know how to deal with me, right? I know back then, I know it's not right now, but they would like they would like hit like,
Mm, mm, mm.
did your parents ever like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same, same. I think it's
they
like typical Asian
yeah,
parents.
I real and you're laughing now, right? And I used to laugh about it, right? But recently when I look back, like that's not healthy. That's
Yeah, yeah.
not normal. So I think I've had a lot of trauma, because back then when I was a kid, I'm just a kid. I'm just who I am. And if someone is yelling at you and running after you with to hit you,
Mm, mm,
for me
mm.
myself, I think growing up, I've understood that being myself, right, authentically, is wrong then, right? So recently, I've had to unpack that, and I don't want to blame my parents, because they grew up with that as well, and they've kind of dealt with their own bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And they have their own trauma, but that goes down generations, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm looking back, I'm like, okay, so now I have to deal with like my own obstacles, as well as my parents' generational kind of like brokenness,
Mm,
right? That one person in the lineage to break it, right? So I'm like, oh, if I, in order for me and like all of us to tap into like truly who we were born to be, we have to take that on. You know what I mean? And understand what came before, and dealing with all of our subconscious like BS and things that have been holding us back, right? So I'm like, I just realized like pretty recently, I'm like, oh my god, I had a lot of childhood trauma. So now it's like, now I feel like if I have a YouTube channel, I can maybe share about this, and talk about like even working through being an adult, artist that art is valued. That's my struggle, and me trying to find that is the YouTube channel and what I learned from that. Because yeah, it's a lot about self growth, and it's hard. All of that is so hard, right? Isn't it?
Yes, true.
It is so hard. I mean, like for you, do you have do you know the concept of the inner child and like I don't know, fighting all the inner demons that you have? Do you ever think about that stuff, or have you, or
You know, as growing up in a traditional Asian
yeah,
family,
yeah?
parents like they want you to be like you need to be like doctors, you need to be like lawyers, accountants, like other than creativity stuff.
Yeah.
No, don't be an artist, don't be a designer. Like there's no future, you know, that kind of thing.
Is it the
Like
same over in Malaysia?
yeah, yeah, in Malaysia, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. It's like a typical
Right,
typical Asian
right,
family. Like
okay,
so I think things have changed now. I think in the modern world, I think it's like you can see more Asians like more venture into artwork, artistry, creative works,
yeah,
writing. I think for me, you can't like control someone's creativity. It's like if you are not able to express yourself in that field, it's like it doesn't serve any purpose. You won't grow.
right,
It's important like what you like to do. Like for my daughter, like if she likes music, yeah, I'm okay.
yeah,
Be the best in that field.
mm,
Yeah. If she doesn't wants to be a lawyer or doctor, like I can't force her. Like in the end, she doesn't like it. Like
yeah,
I will like ruin her life forever.
yeah. It didn't. So they wanted me to be like doctor or whatever, but I was just like, no, I rebelled so bad. That's another story. I went. Yeah, you can't force them.
For them, like it's a pride, it's an ego thing. You know, wow, look at my son, look at my daughter. Like they
Yeah,
are like position, and then they like to compare things like your daughter and my daughter, and your son and my son. Like, it's like
yeah. I got a lot of trauma from that because I was like, I'm not
yeah.
gonna if you know so and so is better. He's like a doctor or whatever. Blah blah blah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
especially when they get together like dinner time, Chinese New Year, like you know they'll talk about comparing you and me, comparing like oh, you know.
but you know what? It's the clash of cultures for sure because like for them, even like in the wedding sense, even weddings, it's like the wedding is American kind of modern. It's
Hmm.
the people that are getting married, but like in the Eastern, Asian, it's actually the parents' big day that
Yeah, yeah.
their their kids are getting married. It's their day, so all so it's really like a clash. So yeah, it is a little bit different, and I'm sure it's hard for the parents as well. But it's our life, right?
Yeah, yeah. And even that is like they determine like who you need to marry to, who you need to be
Oh,
friend with, like you know.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I'm sure your parents were really proud because you were a vet, though. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you enjoy it though? I'm sure you enjoyed it, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it's fun.
yeah, good.
Even now, it's like good life.
Good, good. Because I've had
Yeah.
a couple of friends that like say, "Oh, I'm not really interested in this, but my parents want me to get this degree," and they would just like do it for their parents, and then just like afterwards go and do something else, but just like give the diploma to parents and be like, "Okay, you have," and then and then go and do whatever. So I'm glad to hear that you really enjoyed it, veterinarian as well. That's awesome. That's great, Daniel. Tell me about
Mm.
what's is do you just have one daughter? Do you have any other kids?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Only one so far.
What's
Only one.
what's her name?
Zien.
Is Yen?
Yeah,
Okay. How old is she?
she's 12.
Oh, 12.
Yeah,
What
and she loves to play piano.
okay. Is that her thing?
Yeah, and drawing. She likes drawing.
Oh, creative. Okay.
Yeah. So I just let her express herself. I don't want to force her to do the things that she doesn't like.
No,
So
you
I
know,
just
absolutely
motivate her and guide her. Just like, yeah, just do whatever you love to do.
right,
Okay, and make sure that you be the best in what you are doing now.
right.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah,
Cool. Ah, this has been a great chat.
yes. So I think it's like 1 hour now. Maybe
Oh,
we can wrap things up.
yeah,
Like,
wrap it up. Let's have a great
so
conversation.
what? So maybe Aaron, you can tell the audience like what are the take-home message for the audience.
Take home message for this chat. Oh, that's hard. I can only speak from my experience. Okay, this is what I've learned actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this conversation. I really felt like it was two just regular people talking, getting to know one another. So for me, I know this ties into my brand. To be authentic, be yourself, and be vulnerable. We talked about being vulnerable, right? And I know that's really hard to do, but I think it's the only way to do it if you really want to make a connection. Am I right, Daniel?
Yes. Be true to yourself.
Yeah, be true
Be
to
real. Yeah. Be real.
be real,
Yeah.
authentic, be vulnerable, be true. There you go.
Yeah. So when being real, people will actually feel your authenticity. Yeah.
Yeah, who you really are, and
Yeah.
that's all you can be, right?
Yeah. Because when you're fake, you'll put someone's off. Like, yeah, this guy is fake. Like, you know.
You can sense these things like with your sixth sense. You're like, he's not
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. We should hang out again and talk. It was lovely talking to you.
Yeah, if I ever travel to Vancouver, Canada, maybe
Yeah.
we can meet up, or maybe you can come by in Indonesia.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's stay connected, okay?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Well, best of luck. Maybe hey, you know what?
Okay.
Like so I had this idea. I don't know if you're interested, because like maybe we'll get like a project later, and this is just an idea. I'm thinking maybe you go to a place that you love, right? Okay, and then you do a little review, and I go to a place that I love, and then we could connect and be like, this place in Vancouver for me, this place in Vancouver has the best, donuts, and I'll like describe it to you or whatever, and then you could do something, in Indonesia, and we could do like just a quick little video. I don't know. That's just an idea.
Um,
I want to do it.
may- you mean live or something like that, or how?
Yeah,
At the same time?
it could be the same time. I don't know. These are just ideas, but we can
Mm-hmm.
talk if you're interested. I think it'll be really fun.
Sure, 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 sure.
Anything to help you. Okay, how can I help you with your channel?
Like now you're helping me. Like
Okay.
I have 3 likes here. I can see we have 3 likes here.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
So anyway, it's like a mutual. Like
Yeah,
okay, guys, you can check out Aaron's YouTube channel down there, description box.
yeah,
So don't forget to subscribe and watch his video on creativity.
yeah. And make sure you
Okay.
sign up for Daniel's channel. All your audience right here is already signed up, I guess. So
Okay.
keep supporting us, and you guys keep going, man. It's gonna be a long road, but
Okay.
yeah, keep going.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll
All
see
right,
you next time. Bye,
all right.
Aaron. Bye.
Bye.